Extinct animals that might still be alive today, Part 2. Imagine this, an animal thought to be lost to time, a species we believed vanished forever, but what if it's not? What if lurking in the depths of the ocean or hiding in the densest jungles, these creatures are still out there, evading detection, waiting to be rediscovered? The truth is, extinction might not be the end. Some of these animals could be closer than we think. Keep watching, because the mystery of what's still out there might just shock you. Let's dive into 7 extinct animals that might still be alive today. 7. The elephant bird. The elephant bird, one of the largest birds to ever exist, was officially declared extinct in the late 1600s after human activity wiped out the last known populations in Madagascar. Standing over 10 feet tall and weighing up to 1,000 pounds, this flightless giant laid the largest eggs ever known, some large enough to hold the equivalent of over 150 chicken eggs. With its massive body, powerful legs, and towering height, the elephant bird dominated Madagascar's landscape for thousands of years. However, intense hunting, habitat destruction, and the harvesting of its enormous eggs led to its rapid disappearance shortly after humans settled the island. But what if it didn't vanish completely? Despite being considered extinct for centuries, stories and rumors have persisted among local communities describing enormous birds roaming remote forests and swamps. Over the years, explorers and researchers have reported finding unusually large eggshell fragments, some appearing far more recent than expected, fueling speculation that small populations may have survived longer than recorded history suggests. To this day, no confirmed living elephant bird has ever been documented. No photographs, no verified sightings, no physical remains proving survival into modern times. Still, Madagascar's dense and largely unexplored wilderness leaves room for unanswered questions. Could a small, isolated population of elephant birds have survived deep within Madagascar's most inaccessible regions? While the scientific consensus says extinction is the most likely outcome, the sheer scale of the island and how little of it has been thoroughly explored keeps the mystery alive. Is the elephant bird truly gone forever, or did the largest bird to ever walk the earth disappear quietly, leaving behind just enough clues to make us wonder? 6. The Javan Tiger. The Javan tiger, once native to the dense jungles of Java, Indonesia, likely vanished in the 1970s, with 1976 often cited as the last credible evidence of its existence. After decades of extensive surveys and failed searches, the species was later assessed as extinct in 2008. Smaller than some other tiger subspecies, but no less powerful, the Javan tiger was a vital predator within the island's ecosystem. Overhunting, widespread deforestation, and the steady expansion of human settlements drove its population into rapid decline. By the mid-20th century, numbers had fallen dangerously low. Forests that once supported tigers were fragmented or destroyed, leaving little room for survival. Eventually, confirmed sightings stopped altogether. However, reports never fully disappeared. Over the years, locals, hunters, and even experienced wildlife experts have claimed to see large tiger-like animals moving through the deep forests of Java. These reports describe creatures matching the Javan tiger's size, body shape, and distinctive markings. Yet, without physical evidence, the truth remains difficult to verify. Despite Java being heavily populated in many regions, vast stretches of rugged, remote wilderness still exist. Some of these areas remain difficult to access and poorly studied, even today. Could these hidden pockets of jungle be sheltering a small, elusive population of Javan tigers surviving quietly beyond the reach of modern civilization? While it seems unlikely, the mystery persists, and the idea of a legendary predator silently stalking Java's forests, unseen for decades, continues to keep wildlife experts and researchers wondering. 5. Titanoboa. A dense jungle, heavy air, the water is still too still. Then the surface ripples. Something massive moves beneath it. Slow, deliberate. This was Titanoboa, the largest snake to ever exist. Over 40 feet long, weighing more than a small car. A true apex predator of its time. Titanoboa ruled the tropical swamps of South America nearly 60 million years ago, during a world far hotter than today. It hunted crocodiles. It crushed its prey with unstoppable force. And then, according to science, it vanished. Cooling temperatures, changing ecosystems, an environment no longer suited for giants. But here's the problem. Titanoboa didn't disappear because it was weak. It disappeared because the world changed. And today, parts of that world may be returning. Remote rainforests, unexplored river systems, regions so dense and inaccessible they remain virtually untouched. Local legends speak of enormous serpents far larger than any known anaconda moving through deep waters and disappearing without a trace. No clear photos, no bodies, just stories and fear. Could Titanoboa have survived in isolation, hidden in ecosystems we've barely studied? Or are these sightings echoes of something ancient, something we're not ready to face? If Titanoboa still exists, it wouldn't want to be found. 4. The golden toad. A rainforest clearing after heavy rain, wet leaves, still air, a brief flash of bright orange on the forest floor, then gone. This was the golden toad, a small amphibian found only in the cloud forests of Costa Rica. For years, it appeared reliably during the rainy season, gathering in shallow pools to breed. Its bright color made it easy to spot, and scientists believed the population was stable. Then one year, it didn't appear at all. The last confirmed sighting was on May 15, 1989. Climate change altered rainfall patterns. A deadly fungal disease, chytrid, spread rapidly. Environmental stress pushed the species past its limit. Within a short time, sightings stopped completely. The golden toad was declared extinct. But cloud forests are complex and difficult to monitor. Some remote areas remain rarely visited and poorly studied. Researchers suggest small pockets of suitable habitat may still exist. If that's true, a few golden toads could have survived, hidden in isolated valleys. And if so, they may still be out there. 3. The passenger pigeon. The sky darkens, not from clouds, but from wings. Millions of birds move as one, their sound rolling across the land like distant thunder. This was the passenger pigeon, once the most abundant bird in North America. For centuries, they filled the skies in numbers almost impossible to imagine. Their flocks stretched from horizon to horizon, sometimes taking hours to pass overhead. Nesting colonies covered miles of forest, bending branches under their weight. But abundance bred complacency. Relentless commercial hunting began to wipe out entire flocks in a single day. At the same time, mass deforestation destroyed their nesting grounds. As their numbers collapsed, the decline happened faster than anyone expected. By the early 1900s, the passenger pigeon was considered functionally extinct. The last known individual, a bird named Martha, died in captivity on September 1, 1914. Or so we thought. After their disappearance, occasional reports continued to surface. Solitary birds seen far from known ranges. Unfamiliar flocks glimpsed in remote forests. Dark silhouettes moving quickly through the trees. Most of these sightings were dismissed as mistakes or misidentifications. But deep wilderness still exists. And a species that once numbered in the billions wouldn't vanish quietly or evenly across an entire continent. Could a small, overlooked population have survived far from human eyes? If so, the sky may not be as empty as we believe. 2. The Atlas bear. A massive shape moves through the mountains. Heavy footsteps echo against stone before fading into silence. This was the Atlas bear, the only bear species native to Africa. It once roamed the Atlas Mountains of North Africa, inhabiting dense forests and rugged highlands. The species was well known to the ancient Romans, who captured Atlas bears and transported them across the empire to be displayed and killed in arenas. Centuries of hunting, combined with habitat loss and expanding human settlement, steadily reduced their numbers. Historical accounts suggest the Atlas bear disappeared sometime in the 1800s, with the last known individuals likely killed by the late 19th century. After that, the species vanished from official records. But mountains keep secrets. Vast regions of the Atlas Range remain remote and difficult to access, with deep valleys and rugged terrain that have changed little over time. Local legends still persist, describing large, bear-like creatures seen deep in the highlands, animals said to be too large to be mistaken for anything else. Officially, the Atlas bear is considered extinct. But history shows that extinction is not always a single moment. Sometimes it fades slowly, leaving behind questions rather than certainty. Could the Atlas bear have lingered longer than we realize, surviving quietly in isolation? Or are these stories simply echoes of a species already lost. 1. The Tecopa Pupfish, a shallow desert spring. Clear water surrounded by rock and sand. Heat shimmers above the surface as a tiny fish darts between stones, then disappears. This was the Tecopa Pupfish, once native to a small network of hot springs in the Mojave Desert. It was uniquely adapted to extreme conditions, thriving in boiling temperatures and mineral-rich waters that few other species could tolerate. For thousands of years, it survived in isolation, perfectly matched to its harsh environment. Then the springs were altered, pipes were installed, water was redirected for human use. The delicate balance that sustained the fish collapsed almost overnight, and sightings rapidly declined. Declared extinct in 1981, the species had likely disappeared years earlier. But deserts are deceptive. Beneath the surface, underground springs remain undocumented. Isolated pools can appear and disappear as geology shifts over time. Some scientists believe small, undiscovered refuges could still exist hidden, unstable, and easy to miss. If that's true, a remnant population of Tecopa pupfish may still be swimming beneath the desert surface, surviving quietly in places no one is watching. What makes these stories so haunting isn't just that these animals were thought to be extinct, it's that we may still have the chance to discover them. We have the technology. We have the research. We have the curiosity. And yet, they remain hidden. Right now, other creatures walk the earth, their existence hanging in the balance. They hide in forests, dive in oceans, and soar through the skies somewhere out of sight, waiting to be found. If this story stays with you, if you find yourself wondering whether these animals could still be out there then, you understand why this search matters. Subscribe if you want to keep exploring the unknown, the forgotten, and the mysterious. Because once these creatures vanish, all we'll have left is the hope that we find them before it's too late.